What is up, my Tickle Me crew? This is Chad here, and welcome guys to another Pokemon Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire Wi-Fi battle. So today's battle is against Red. He's a guy from my Twitch. I'm not sure if he's like a YouTube subscriber or not, but on the off chance you are, you're on YouTube, yay! So looking at my opponent's team versus my team, he definitely has the advantage. His team is more of a mixed OU team, while my team is like completely, actually I think it is 100% completely NU or never used tier. So I just kind of wanted to build an NU team just because it's a lot of Pokemon that people don't really use often, and I like to show some kind of diversity in my teams and stuff, and give some Pokemon that don't really get used a chance. And I really enjoy this team that I'm using. I do have a couple tricks up my sleeve. I do carry like 2 Guts users in my Flareon and Raticate, which is definitely going to help. Looking at my opponent's team, he's bringing the Azumarill, which is always a threat. Azumarill is so scary. It has an ability called Huge Power, which doubles its attack stat, so that is pretty scary. He's bringing Delphox, which really isn't a threat to my team at all. Although, if it is one of the Magician Delphoxes, it could steal my items, which could be a problem. He's bringing the Noivern, which again is not really that big of a deal unless it's like Choice Specs or something, which could do a lot of damage with like Draco Meteor or Dragon Pulse or whatever. Milotic is a huge problem to my team because Milotic actually takes out 3 of my Pokemon. It could have Ice Beam, and I have 2 Flying type Pokemon, which definitely don't want to take an Ice Beam. Plus it probably has Scald, and I have a Flareon on my team, so Milotic really does a number on half my team, so I definitely have to watch out for that. Florges could definitely also be a problem if it's one of those Toxic Stall sets. They're just so bulky, they never freaking die. And then finally he has the Mega Banette, and props to you for using Mega Banette. I love Mega Banette. It is such a good, underrated Pokemon. I am also afraid of it if it carries Destiny Bond. So if I take it out after he uses Destiny Bond, he'll actually take me out with it. So it would be like a double down, so both Pokemon would die. But looking at my team, I'm bringing Electrode, Murkrow, Flareon, Togetic, Raticate, and Duosion. So this is definitely an interesting battle, one worth watching. I hope you guys will enjoy the show. So the battle begins, and my opponent leads off with his Mega Banette, as I lead off with Bustanut the Electrode. Now, I predicted him to just go for the Mega Evolution and maybe, I don't know, Destiny Bond or something, but he actually switches out. I just went for the Volt Switch because I knew it wouldn't kill, plus it would give me some momentum if he wanted to switch out. He actually does switch out. He goes into his Florges as I go for the Volt Switch. The Volt Switch actually does more damage than I thought it would to a Florges, so I'm not sure if he's like fully EV'd in special defense. He might be EV'd in just regular defense, I'm not sure. But I go out into Venus my my Flareon here, as my Toxic Orb activates, which activates my ability Guts, which increases my attack stat if I have a status. My opponent goes into the Milotic as I go for the Flame Charge, and oh my god, look at that animation, that is powerful. So obviously, since he's a Water type and I'm a Fire type, I'm going to have to switch out, which really kind of sucks because I'm going to waste that speed boost that I got from Flame Charge. I'm going to take a little damage from my Toxic Orb, but that's fine. I'm going to switch out. And right here, I go into Bustanut again because I am an Electric type as he is a Water type, so I do have the advantage here. But he goes for the Protect. He actually probably could have just gone for like a Scald to get damage. I'm not sure how much it would have done, but Electrode's not really the most bulky thing in the world, but he is just going to switch out here, and he's going to go into Delphox, as I believe I go for another Volt Switch, just to maintain momentum. Oh wait, no, I go for Thunderbolt, and that does a decent chunk to his Delphox, and right here is where I go for the Volt Switch, because another Thunderbolt would not kill, but that is some nice damage that I got on his Delphox. And so I'm going to switch out here as my opponent goes for the Flamethrower. I was actually predicting him to go for like a Psychic or Psyshock. That's why I went into my Murkrow, just to eat up the Psychic because I'm immune to it. But he actually goes for Flamethrower like I said, and my Murkrow takes so much damage from that. And I don't want to lose Murkrow just yet, so I'm going to switch out and go to Togetic as he just keeps going for Flamethrower. I don't know if he's like Specs or something, but oh my god, that does so much damage. That was actually a crit. He got the crit and the burn. And to get a burn with Flamethrower, that's a 10% chance. So that's ridiculous. So right here, he's just going to keep spamming Flamethrower. And that does so much damage to my Togetic. I'm going to go for the Roost here. And right here is kind of a little stally part of the battle. I apologize for this, but I keep going for Roost, hoping that he would get annoyed and just switch out, because I really didn't want to lose my Togetic. But I'm just going to go for the Roost again. And I believe on this third turn, I just give up on the Roost because I know he's going to be able to take me out eventually. So I believe on this turn he goes for Flamethrower, as I just go for the Ancient Power, which is super effective, so that's going to take out the Delphox. And unfortunately, I believe my my Togetic, sorry, I'm getting the evolutions mixed up. Its evolution is called Togekiss, but anyway, my Togetic, goodness, that's hard, is unfortunately going to die to the burn. Sorry about that, God, I'm getting them all mixed up. But he's going to go back into his Florges as I bring out Bust-a-Nut again. And I'm just going to keep going for Volt Switch because it does a decent chunk to Florges, surprisingly. Which is why I don't think he's like fully EV'd in Special Defense. I actually run a Florges that's max HP, max regular defense, or physical defense. So he could be running that set as well. But right here, he goes for Dazzling Gleam instead of, what's that move called? Moonblast. So that actually caught me off guard. It's definitely recommended that you go Moonblast, dude. It is a 90 base power as opposed to an 80 base power, which is what you've been using. But I actually switch out into my Duosion here on the Dazzling Gleam, as he switches out as I set up a Calm Mind. So now I'm sitting really pretty with my Duosion. I'm at +1 attack, or +1 special attack, +1 special defense, as my opponent brings out his Mega Banette again. And I just go for another Calm Mind, so now I'm sitting at +2 special attack, +2 special defense. So now my Duosion's really bulky. I mean, I'm already bulky on the defensive side. Now I'm bulky on the specially defensive side because I'm max HP, max defense. With those two Calm Minds, I'm at +2 special attack and +2 special defense. I'm going to eat up that Shadow Ball like it's nothing. I'm going to go for the Thunder. I actually probably should have gone for Psychic there, but I went for Thunder on the off chance he wanted to go for the Destiny Bond, because I knew Thunder would not kill. And I did not want him to Destiny Bond my Duosion. Right here, I go for Recover, just kind of scouting out if he even carries the Destiny Bond. But he actually goes for Sucker Punch, so I'm thinking he doesn't carry the Destiny Bond. On the following turn, I just decide to attack him with Psychic. And again, he doesn't go for the Destiny Bond, so he is going to die. He does get off a Sucker Punch, which does do a ton of damage. But Duosion's just too bulky. So now he's going to bring out his Azumarill, and he actually goes for Aqua Jet. I saw that his Azumarill is carrying the Air Balloon, which I thought was really weird. Like, I guess he doesn't have the Assault Vest. But I'm going to go for the Thunder and actually take out the Azumarill one hit. If he was Assault Vested, that definitely... he probably would have lived. But if you can, definitely get an Assault Vest for that Azumarill, dude. But he's going to go back into Florges. He's going to go for the Dazzling Gleam, which is going to knock me down to 11 HP. I'm going to go for the Recover again, just because I thought I could live that hit. And I do. He's going to keep going for Dazzling Gleam as I keep going for Recover. I'm trying to get my HP up close to max. And I believe on this following turn, I just go for the Psychic to see how much damage it'll do. As my opponent just keeps going for the Dazzling Gleam. Again, this is another situation where him having... Moonblast would be better, because Moonblast has a really high chance of lowering my special attack stat, so that would render my Calm Minds unusable, or you know what I mean. Anyway, I'm going to keep going for Recover here because I'm basically just kind of stalling him. So sorry for another stall part of the battle, but this is just what I had to do to keep my Duosion alive. But I keep going for Recover as he keeps spamming Dazzling Gleam. I keep getting all these moves mixed up. I apologize. But he's going to keep doing that, and this next turn I do believe I take him out with a Psychic, and that's a dead Florges. So another super threat out of the way. I believe at this point in the battle he only has like 2 Pokemon left, maybe 3. I don't even remember what he goes into. Okay, he goes into Noivern, and I just go for, as he goes for the Air Slash, I just go for another Psychic, because I thought it would take it out, but right here I was thinking he was Focus Sash, but yeah, he's not Focus Sashed. I thought he was Focus Sashed while I was battling him, But he actually goes for the air slash, and he gets a crit, which takes out my Duosion, which really sucks. I was really wanting a Fetus sweep, but I guess it's not going to happen. So right here, I just go into my Eradicate. I have Sucker Punch, so I just Sucker Punch the Noivern. That's obviously going to kill. And I believe his last Pokemon is going to be his Milotic. So yeah, he only had 2 Pokemon left. Now he only has 1. His last is his Milotic. And I pretty much have the battle in the bag now, because now I know I'm going to outspeed. I go for the Facade, and because I'm burned, Facade actually has a base power of 140 rather than 70. My opponent goes for the Dragon Pulse, which doesn't do much damage at all, so I'm guessing he's like fully defensive. He's going to get a little God, I can't talk. He's going to get a little Leftovers recovery, and right here, my opponent decides to be that guy. And even though he knows he's going to lose the battle, he goes for Protect just to get a little bit more recovery from Leftovers, as well as get a little bit more burn damage on me. But it really doesn't matter because I do outspeed him, so it's not like he's going to take me out this next turn. I kind of expected him to go for like a second Protect to be that guy, but fortunately for me, he doesn't, and he doesn't try to stall out anymore. I take him out with another Facade, and that is game. So good game, Red. The team I was using is rather interesting. I definitely plan to use this team more in the future, but good game. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoy the show. Like, favorite, subscribe, comment, follow me on Facebook and Twitter, and I will see you guys in the next episode. Bye.